It's May 31st, 2006. The Swedish government did something unprecedented. At the direct pressure of the United States White House, 50 police officers raided a data center in Stockholm. They seized 180 servers. They shut down the internet access for banks, news agencies, and random innocent companies. They were hunting for a digital hydra, a website that had become the enemy number one for Hollywood, the music industry, and the US government. But when the police plugged the hard drives into their forensics machines, they realized something terrifying. The website wasn't a business. It wasn't a corporation. It was an ideology, and you cannot arrest an idea. To understand why 3 guys in Sweden became international fugitives, we have to look at the wreckage of the early 2000s. Napster had been crushed. Kazaa was full of viruses. The industry thought they had won. They thought if they sued enough grandmothers for downloading Metallica songs, the piracy would stop. They were wrong. Enter the Pirate Byron, the Bureau of Piracy. This wasn't a hacker group, it was a think tank. A group of activists, artists, and chaotic intellectuals in Sweden who believed copyright was dead. From this group emerged the Holy Trinity. Fredrik Nye, Tiamo, the hardware obsessive who could make a server run on duct tape and vodka. Peter Sunder, Brokep, the public face, the socialist idealist. And Gottfried Svartholm, Anakata. Gottfried was different. He was the chaotic neutral, a coding prodigy who saw the internet not as a tool, but as a playground where the old laws of physics and governments didn't apply. Together, they built the Pirate Bay. What made the Pirate Bay different wasn't the technology. It was the attitude. Most websites terrified of lawsuits would delete content immediately. The Pirate Bay team, well, they did this. DreamWorks requested a takedown. The Pirate Bay replied, "It is the opinion of us that you are morons. Go sodomize yourself with your retractable batons." Electronic Arts, Warner Brothers, Sega, one after another. They mocked billion-dollar legal teams. They corrected their grammar. They trolled them. The internet loved it. The Pirate Bay became the biggest file-sharing site on Earth. But you can only poke a bear so many times before it decides to eat you. By 2008, the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA, was desperate. They hired private investigators to track the founders. They pressured the Swedish government, threatening trade sanctions if Sweden didn't deal with the Pirate Bay problem. The investigation was a mess. The police didn't understand the tech. In interrogations, Gottfried ran circles around them. "We don't host any files, we just host links. Is Google illegal? They link to the same files." But the prosecution found a weakness: the money. The Pirate Bay was generating millions in ad revenue, porn ads, gambling ads. The prosecution argued this wasn't activism, it was a criminal enterprise. And that shifted the narrative. February 2009, the trial of the century. It was a circus. Peter Sunder claimed the King Kong defense, that the prosecution's understanding of the internet was as fictional as King Kong. But as the trial went on, the laughter stopped. The judge, Thomas Norstrom, seemed biased. It was later revealed that the judge was a member of the same copyright protection organizations as the plaintiffs. In any other world, this would be a mistrial. In this world, it was a conviction. They lost. The ship was sunk. But while Fredrik and Peter prepared to fight the appeal, Gottfried Svartholm did something else. He ran. Gottfried disappeared. He skipped bail. He moved to Cambodia, a country with no extradition treaty with Sweden. He lived in a room above a bar called the Cadillac. For years, he was a ghost. But he wasn't just drinking beer on the beach. He was coding. And this is where the story gets dark. Authorities allege that during this time, Gottfried didn't just maintain the Pirate Bay. He, along with a new accomplice, hacked into Logica, a Swedish IT firm. They allegedly accessed the mainframe. They stole police records. They accessed bank data. He wasn't just a copyright infringer anymore. He was now classified as a serious cybercriminal, and Sweden wanted him back. In 2012, the Swedish government used a loophole. They gave Cambodia $59 million in aid. Coincidentally, days later, Cambodian police kicked down Gottfried's door. He was flown back to Sweden, thrown into solitary confinement. For 23 hours a day, the man who connected the world was locked in a box. He was denied books. He was denied letters. His mother claimed he was deteriorating mentally. The hacker genius was being broken. Eventually, they all served their time. Gottfried was released in 2015. He keeps a low profile now. The rebellion is over. But look around you. Before the Pirate Bay, you had to buy a physical CD for $20 to hear one song. Today, you have the world's library in your pocket for $10 a month. Spotify was created in Sweden, directly as a response to the Pirate Bay. The pirates forced the industry to evolve. The founders lost their freedom. They lost millions of dollars. But they changed the DNA of the internet forever. Was it worth it? That's for you to decide. If you like this deep dive into the digital underworld, you have to watch my video on P4X, the lone hacker who shut down North Korea. It's on your screen right now.